What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Marilyn Manson. Yes, indeed, Marilyn Manson fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, well then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Gonza Tasmania, and Gonza wanted to see me react to this tune from Marilyn Manson called The Reflecting God. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Marilyn Manson, surprise, surprise, and the video has 1.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The Reflecting God. That's all I got. I got some album work here, I think. I mean, the name's there, so. Look, this is the link I was given. So if this is not correct, don't blame me. Blame the requester. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Your world is an ashtray. We burn and corn like cigarettes. The more you cry, your ashes turn to mud. The nature of the leeches, the virgins feeling cheated. You only spent a second of your life. My world is unaffected. There isn't a 10 year. I'll say it isn't, it's true. There is a dream inside a dream. I'm wide awake the more I sleep. You'll understand when I'm dead. I went unconscious to say, and no one's looking at me. So living in our lives, when I'm gone, everyone's just talking about my bullshit. Everyone gets my scar, spoken about my bullshit. Everyone gets
Let me guess, we're gonna go back to the baseline drive.
Let's jump up on
Yep.
the sharp swords.
Saw that coming.
Away our smiles without the threat of death. There's no
Saw that coming. So the song really comes down to, so far, it comes down to 3 parts. 3 very specific riffs. You got the bass line drive, which is really easy. Root, 7, flat 9, root, 7 flat 9 root 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 root. Ba da 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 ba da da ba 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 do 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 ba da da ba 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 da 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 da. Is that E? Yeah, it's E. So let's see if I can get some resonance from my desk here so you could hear it. I don't know if that's just going to work, but we'll try. Pretty easy. Nothing wrong with that. And then it switches 6 to 4 to root, I believe. Yeah, 6, 4 root. So up to the 6, to the 4, to the root. Now that's happening within the keyboard and the guitars. The bass player is still doing oops, flub. Bass player is still doing that the whole time until we get to the actual unison line, which we go back to the E again. There's that E again. Flat 5. Oh, no, not flat 5. Yeah, flat 5. So 1, 2, flat 5, 4, minor 3, root, root. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Nothing I would call impressive, not by any stretch, but it does sound good, and it does groove, and it's easy to follow with, and it's predictable. And I know a lot of people criticize predictable songs, and I'm guilty of it, just like anybody else, but I have to remind myself that with predictability comes a certain level of comfort. It just happened to me while I was listening to this. I was I don't like using this term, but this is what it was. I was very proud of myself for going, I saw that coming. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that they were going to go to the flat 6, to the 4, to the root. That makes perfect sense. You know, it was predictable. And it gave me a sense of pride that I was able to guess that. You know what I mean? Hence, that certain level of comfort. It's why people watch reruns. It's why people watch the same movie 100 times. Because they love the movie, they enjoy the movie, and they can predict, not even prediction, they know what's going to happen. There is that certain level of comfort that comes with that. So, yeah. Nothing wrong with anything I'm hearing. I have no complaint about anything I'm hearing. I'm just saying it's predictable and it's not complicated. It's very, very easy.
Let's jump up on the shop swords, cut away our smiles without the threat of death. There's no reason to live at all. My world is unaffected. There isn't a twin here. I'll say it isn't, it's true. There is a dream inside a dream. I'm wide awake.
Bass changed up a little bit.
You'll understand when I'm dead. Just to say,
6, 4, yep, 6, 4, the root. Let me guess. Coming up, root, flat 5, 4, minor 3, 1. That's coming, isn't it? Yep. I mean, it did go somewhere. It did. It did switch up. So, yeah, it works. It works. I liked the first minute and a half to minute and 45. I liked that. The second time they went through it, again, predictable, but it sounded good. After that, they went into this riff. They went into this vamp, I guess is the best way to put it. To me, it kind of felt like it overstayed its welcome a little bit. It felt like it went on for a little too long. I was sitting there going, okay, come on, let's take it somewhere. Let's go somewhere with this. And it's not like it stayed there for a week and a half, but at the same time, it was like, okay, it's time to change it up. I was like, I see a perfect spot to do it, and they kept right on going, and I'm like, we missed the stop. So, I mean, it did eventually get somewhere else. Yeah, it's working. It's got a good groove. It's got nice energy. It's got a nice drive to it. A lot of sampling, a lot of digital, very keyboard. Look, I'm all in favor of keyboard enhancement. I'm all in favor of keyboard enhancement. I am, but at the same time, when the keyboard kind of takes control, it's like, well, wait, back off, man, back off. You know. So I mean, it's okay. It's just, I know a lot of people may actually like that. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I see the appeal. I do see the appeal. And like I said, I'm sure there's a demographic that really loves that keyboard-driven, feel, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not one of those people. That's all. Anyway, we got about a little over a minute. Let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review.
I went to God just to see, and I was looking at me.
Let's see how they end this. Curious. I think they're gonna go back to that chorus riff. Called it. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Part of me, well, I wouldn't even say part of me. Most of me dug that. Most of me enjoyed that. That was fun. That was a good listen. Honestly, not a lot to talk about either. This was a pretty straight ahead tune. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Marilyn Manson with The Reflecting God. This was a request from Gonza, Tasmania. All right. Honestly, folks, there's really not a whole lot to talk about. So this is probably going to be a pretty short review. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Let's start off with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.2. Yep, 7.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
It's It's a really good song. It's simple, but the energy on the song is good. The drive is really good. The energy is really good. And like I said during the course of the reaction, when you have a song that is predictable, I know that gets a lot of negative stigma when people say a song is predictable. But what a lot of people fail to remember, or they just fail to realize outright, is that with familiarity comes comfort. And when you listen to a song, I want you to ask yourself this question. When you listen to a song for the first time, and you're going through the verse, right? And you get to the pre-chorus, and you listen to the pre-chorus, and you see the direction the pre-chorus is going, and you think to yourself, I'll bet I know what they're gonna do on the chorus. I bet I know where they're gonna go. And then it turns out you were right. You guessed correctly. You were 100% accurate about what they were gonna do. Doesn't it give you a certain good feeling, a certain feeling of pride, a certain feeling of comfort that you knew just by listening to where the song was going, you were able to figure out what was going to happen next? Doesn't that make you feel good? There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. And there, a lot of great songs have been written like that, where you could feel where the song was going to go. You knew that song was going to resolve down to E. You know, you knew it. You saw it coming, and then it happened, and you get filled with this feeling of joy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not at all. And good songwriters will quite often write songs like this that have that predictability. And the song is not complicated. I mean, look, I picked up the bass, and I practically figured out the majority of the song. Right here, after just listening to it one time through, I was like, okay, that's easy enough. That bass line's easy, and then it just continues on during the pre-chorus. During the chorus, we go into that unison line with the fly 5 to the 4 to the minor 3 to the root. That's not hard at all. It's not a hard song, folks. It really isn't, but it's a good song. It's actually a really good song. It's the type of song that you can listen to get yourself fired up, but in a very subtle way, not so much a in-your-face way, not like the Misfits or Motorhead or Soilwork or anything like that. It's a little more subtle than that, but the energy is still there. The drive is still there. The type of song that can get like a football team fired up. I can see this song doing that, absolutely. It's got that type of energy. Vocally, I think I've heard Marilyn Manson do far more impressive work vocally than this. This was not the best example of what that man can do from a vocal talent standpoint. It was very simple, stripped down, and conducive to the song. I wasn't looking for an operatic, vocal performance on this. I got about what I was expecting. So, not disappointed. I'm just saying that if you're asking me what I thought of his vocals, there it is. It was conducive to the song, stripped down and simple. And it worked. It absolutely worked. The biggest thing for me on this song, honestly, was the bass playing. I know being a bass player is shocking, right? But to me, it felt like the bass player was really kind of the star of the show for the most part. There was that middle section where I felt like the keyboards really took over. They took over hard. Now, look, I know there are people who love that. I know there are people who look forward to that. I am not one of those people. I'm just not. So, yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of that particular section, especially when it overstayed its welcome a little bit, I personally felt. It would have been nice if they had moved on a little bit sooner, maybe like 8 measures sooner. It didn't overstay, like I said, it didn't overstay its welcome like it felt like it stayed an extra week and a half. You have those relatives that, they said they're going to stay with you for a week and it turns into 2.5, 3 weeks. You know what I'm talking about, right? It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was just like an extra 8 measures that they went on for. I just kind of wish they had chopped those 8 measures off. That's all. And gone on to the next section. But it ended exactly how I predicted it was going to end, too. Going back to the main riff, the E, flat 5, 4, 3, E. Yeah, it was predictable. But again, like we said, predictability is not always a bad thing. So anyway, I think it's a really good song. I enjoyed listening to it. I enjoyed grooving to it. It had some, like I said, great drive, great power. Would I listen to this again? Yeah. yeah, I would listen to it again. I don't know if I would put this on any playlists, but it's not a bad listen. It's not a bad listen. If it came on and I heard it, I wouldn't change the station. I wouldn't turn it off, and I wouldn't skip ahead. I would sit, I would listen, and I would enjoy it. So, yeah, really good song. 7.2. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So, 7.2, final score. I have spoken. Well, let's get to it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.